Hello and welcome to the training workshop on software project management. Let us look at the program agenda for this program. We'll first of all start with the introduction, in which we try to learn about the objective of this course, then a brief introduction on the project management, and then the software project management. Then the next section we will learn about managing software projects. Then we will learn about managing risk, then managing time, managing quality, managing objective and scope, managing complexity, managing changes, managing software assets, managing people, managing external stakeholders, and last, managing the software process. So let us start with the first section, introduction. Under this section, we'll quickly look at the objectives out of this course. Then we'll briefly look at what is a project. We'll briefly look at what is project management. And then we will look at what is software project management. Now, as we see that it is the course on the software project management. So we'll try and learn about the software project development life cycle, its different phases, the variety of tools and the techniques used for doing the software project management, what are the different difficulties and problems that the project manager, a software project manager, has to tackle and manage. So by the end of this course, participants will be able to understand the complete view of the role of a software project manager. So by the end of this course, you will know about the roles and responsibilities of a software project manager. You will understand the multiple activities involved in the software project management. You will learn about the software development life cycle. You will come to know about a framework using which you can plan and run a software project. You will learn about using a variety of tools and effective techniques for software project management. Besides this, you can also claim PDUs, which is nothing but the professional development unit, to retain your existing PMI credentials such as PMP and CAPM, where PMP stands for Project Management Professional and CAPM stands for Certified Associate in Project Management. So if you are holding any credentials from Project Management Institute PMI, then you can claim the hours, the learning hours you spent during this course to claim equivalent number of PDUs to retain those credentials. Now let us move to the next topic, defining a project. Now what is a project? Project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or service. So when you execute a project, you develop a unique product or service out of that project execution, and project always has a definite start date and a definite end date. So it is temporary in nature. Project is taken up with certain goals and objectives in mind. Now those goals and objectives are related to the scope and functionalities. Also, the project's goal and objective could be related to the timeline and a particular cost budget. So the project is successful if the desired scope or functionality is delivered within the expected timeline using the approved cost budget. So as they say, projects are unique, projects are temporary in nature, and have a definite beginning and ending date. So when you start a project, you will definitely have a definite beginning and ending date in mind. Now, depending on the various difficulties you encounter during the project execution, these dates can vary. But to start with, you will definitely have a beginning and end date. Projects are completed when the project goals are achieved or it is determined that the project is no longer viable. A successful project is one that meets or exceeds the expectations of your stakeholders. Now, an example of a project could be building a road. The process of building a road takes a finite amount of time and produces a unique product. So these are certain characteristics of a project, as we saw in the earlier slide as well, that it has a definite start and end. It produces a unique product, service, or result, and projects are progressively elaborated. The projects are typically undertaken to address market demand, strategic opportunity or business need. The projects could be undertaken on the basis of customer requests. A project can be taken up in order to catch up with the technological advancement, or the project could be taken up in order to satisfy certain legal requirements. Now let us look at the next topic, project management. Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet project requirements. Project management is accomplished through the use of the processes such as initiation, planning, execution, controlling, closing. So these are also called as the process groups. Project managers or the organization can divide projects into above phases to provide better management control with appropriate links to the ongoing operations of the performing organization. Collectively, these phases are known as the project management life cycle. Now this is the project management life cycle, and the course is all about the software project management. So we will have software project management life cycle or software development life cycle, which will be a bit different from the project management life cycle. So we'll learn about it in the future slides. The project managers have to deliver projects to gain customer satisfaction. So the primary objective of the project managers is to gain customer satisfaction. Now while doing that, they have to balance following constraints. Which are those constraints? Scope, schedule, quality, resources, budget, and risk. Now if you really see here, scope, schedule, and budget are part of the triple constraints. Now here, all of these 6 constraints, those are so intertwined with each other, are so interdependent on each other, that change in one will most often cause a change in at least one of the others. Now here there are certain examples given to prove that point. If time is extended, the cost of the project will increase, because you'll have to hold on the resources for extended time period, and accordingly you will be incurring more cost on the project. Another example is if the time extended with the same cost. Now here you are trying to keep the same cost, but you are extending the time. Then what happens? Then quality of the product will reduce. Here, though you have not allowed cost to increase, but while doing that, your quality of the product has reduced. So there is a change on the other constraint. If scope is extended, then cost and time will also extend. So if you really see, these constraints are intervened in such a way that change in one causes the change in the others as well. So the project manager has to gain customer satisfaction, but while doing that he has to ensure that he balances the constraints properly.